All right, well, we were planning on talking about Bengals minicamp and the 3-day workout. It ended up being a one-day workout, but hey, we can still talk Bengals minicamp, just not as much. Richard Skinner joining me again. Skinny, I was surprised, but I was off on Tuesday when they said, all right, that's it. And I went, wait, really?
Yeah.
That's, okay.
I was too. I thought something was up when Zach Taylor hopped on the Zoom and said, I got to make an opening statement. And I thought initially it was maybe about Hakeem Adeniji injury, which we'll probably talk about here in a second. But when he said it, I thought, okay. And then he explained it. And I know Twitter lost its mind because we all tweeted it out. And I saw the responses I got and the responses my friends on the beat got. I didn't have a big deal with it, Chris. Listen, Thursday was going to be nothing more than a glorified walkthrough. That's all it was going to be. We weren't even going to be allowed to be there. We were going to be allowed to be there the next day, Wednesday. We had been the last few Tuesdays of OTAs held out of going into regular practice for about 30 extra minutes because they were going through extra time of walkthroughs. So they made up whatever time that was going to be. You can argue they missed a Wednesday practice. Listen, you ain't winning a football game in June. You're just not, especially when the carrot being dangled was they want to try to have a normal training camp. And to have that, you had to get to 85% having guys vaccinated threshold on your team. I don't know if they got there yet. I'm assuming they will get there because that was kind of the promise back and forth, the give and take. And he gave him a couple extra days off to dangle that carrot. If you're really just trading the one day, you're just trading Wednesday. That's all you're trading, one day, to have a normal training camp where guys can go in the weight room freely. You don't have to go, you and me and guys behind the camera, the four of us can go, and now the next four from upstairs can go. No, you can come and go as you please freely. And you can have in-person meetings as opposed to having Zoom meetings for a position coach and guys in different spots trying to do that. You can have a little more give and take. It's just more, nobody wants to be on Zoom anymore. It was a great functional thing when we had to do it. Nobody wants to be on that. So he traded one day for a normal training camp. It makes sense to me.
With that one day, I wasn't out there. What did you see? What did we get out of that one day?
Well, that's the other part. There's really not a lot to it. There's a lot of positional drills, a lot of individual stuff. And so they did have a 7-on-7. I think the main takeaway was Joe Burrow being really sharp in the 7-on-7. As Joe said, it's 7-on-7, man. They ain't rushing me. I should be sharp. Well, it's not as easy as that. You're still throwing into coverage. They're not giving you 25 seconds to go, okay, they're not rushing you, sure, and you can pick out. No, it's still got to be somewhat on time. He was really accurate. Receivers were really good. Jamar Chase was really good. I think that's the takeaway of Joe kind of capped what was a little bit of a surprising offseason, right? We were hoping training camp, maybe see him a little bit glimpses, but he was there on day one of OTAs, and I think that was important then to say, all right, I'm here. And then I think it was really important to say, look at the progress I've made here on this last day and be as sharp as he was on that last 7-on-7. So I thought that was the big takeaway of, if you're a little apprehensive about Joe Burrow, I get it. I am too, because I need to see the bullets fly and guys around him and how he handles that. But as far as just normalcy, he was really good.
I know Joe said afterwards that he's not back to 100%, right, but he's getting close. From all the footage I saw, he certainly looked the part.
Yeah, he really did.
How much do we put in on this that he was able to go during OTAs and looked like Joe Burrow?
I think a lot, and a lot more than probably we want to consider, because let's not forget, last year he had none of this stuff, right? He just came into training camp, hit the ground running, and we were impressed that he hit the ground running, and then had a pretty good season other than a couple of games. Now he's got an offseason to play with, and it looked like that offseason was going to be robbed from him because he was going to be recovering from the knee injury, the knee surgery, and he wasn't going to be able to get back on the page with these guys until camp. And I thought one of the most interesting things he talked about was not only, the chemistry with Jamar Chase, the old chemistry, was how he thought, T. Higgins is a little bit faster. He's reshaped his body, and he said, I underthrew him on a deep ball. I needed to see that to know where, okay, now I got to throw it to here because T's maybe a half a step faster. Do you want to try to work that in training camp? Sure. But is it nice to work it out now and then polish it in training camp? Absolutely. So I think it was important Joe got some reps in for sure.
I think when we're talking about minicamp and the Bengals offseason, because the next time we see them on the field will be during training camp, you got to talk about the OTAs. They were one of the few teams to go 100%. Gary and I a couple weeks ago debated what this meant for the Bengals, and we agreed it's not a bad thing to have the 100% full participation. What does this mean, I think, in the ways of Zach Taylor having this locker room and being able to, during a pandemic, still say, hey, everybody, I know you don't want to be here, but everyone's here?
Yeah, I think it's on the players, too. I think the players took some ownership of that, of realizing, hey, man, we've won 6 games in 2 years. Yeah, we can blame the coach, and we can blame whatever's up, but it's up to us to fix it along with the coaching staff. And so I think there was a buy-in there for all those guys to show up. And I think Dave Lapham asked the question. It was the old Paul Brown of being the spirit of the moment, which is don't just show up and go through the motions. Let's put some work in. And I think that was also, in addition to dangling that carrot of you get vaccinated, we'll let you off, I think it was, hey, you guys really worked hard here for 9 OTA days in this training camp day, did some extra works probably in work-throughs to get some stuff in. I'm giving you the time off because you showed me as a coach that you could get the work done and did get the work done. So yeah, it's one thing. It's easy to just show up and go, yeah, I'm here, and I'll catch a couple passes, and I'll do my calisthenics, and I'll run a couple routes. But if they were participating the way it looked in the few practices we got a chance to look, and then the ones we didn't get a chance to see, and I'm going to take Zach Taylor's word at that because of what he did, I think it's a positive. It's not a negative. Look, again, this could be a running joke in September if they start 0-4 of what good did it do to everybody show up, but I don't think it hurt. I think you're absolutely right. What did it hurt?
Going forward for the next 5 weeks, as Jesse Bates said, it's all on the players. Whatever they want to do, that's on them. What needs to happen for the next 5 weeks, you think, with this team to set them up good for training camp and beyond?
Yeah, hopefully Joe continues to rehab that knee and be better. Trey Hopkins hopefully is ready for camp, but DJ Reader, who rehabbed on the side, is hopefully ready for camp. I think those are some guys that are ready. Maybe have some guys get a little bit of work in, especially Joe with some receivers. I've seen that happen before. Hopefully that takes place. But I think this team's in a good spot. I think they felt like they got work done. They're fresh. Nobody really got hurt other than Hakeem Adeniji, and that's a little bit of a big injury because he was going to be the swing tackle for this team, I think, this season, so they're going to have to find an answer for that. I think they'll probably bring a free agent in to compete with the Fred Johnsons, Isaiah Prince, to fill that swing tackle role. But other than that, they got through all this pretty good, and I think they're in a good spot going to camp.
I feel like we just had the last game of the season, and we're already 5 weeks from now football season starts.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes, though. Welcome to the NFL where it never stops.